Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plain Tables Camp in Philly. You know, many people have forgotten the fear of the Lord. They think it's sweet, think everything going to be okay, but it's not if you're not on the Lord's good side, on Yahweh and his son Yahushai's good side. And women in particular, they have the luxury of being ignorant and not really being afraid. All right, because the thug guy, the big diesel guy, is not going to be there to save them. They're going to be ones that's going to be doing things against them. And if the women and the men, if y'all don't get right, you got total destruction coming to you. All right. This is Deuteronomy 31:12. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and the stranger that is within thy gates, that they. So rolling right, may hear, and that they may learn and fear Yahweh your God, and observe to do all the words of the law. All right, and that's what it's about, to learn what the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is, and to do it, to be obedient. All right. Now we're not under the law, meaning to force. We're under grace. So within that grace, we keep certain laws, such as dietary, certain holy days, going out and preaching, being in order amongst each other. It's about observing Yahushai's law, all right? What he wants us to do, what his will is, all right? And if you're not doing that, then you have the martial law, the famines, the different drugs programs Esau has set up for you. You're going to succumb to that. That the children, that their children which have not known anything, and that's what the disease that our people are suffering from. They don't know the Lord. They think that they got power with the Lord, and they're not even under any godly leadership whatsoever. All right? Any leadership that has the name of the Father Yahweh and the Son Yahushai, that knows the prophecies, that knows the scriptures. So you can't call yourself informed or righteous, in the biblical sense, the righteousness that we can obtain, if you're not on any sort of leadership, if you don't have these prophecies within you, all right? If you don't believe them, if you're not following and gearing your life toward them coming to their full fruition. All right, we got the martial law coming to implant men's hearts failing them for fear. If a man's heart failing them for fear, how much more destroyed a woman's mind is going to be for fear? His heart means your mind, all right? Your heart rate. All right, terror. All right. Learn to fear the power as long as you live in the land whether you go over Jordan to possess it. Right. So I think we have next, put some, emphasis on how women, were treated, and when we get back to those periods in the time of martial law, they're going to be treated exactly like this and worse. Deuteronomy 20th chapter. All right. And this is what we did to the other nations. So don't you think the Esau want revenge? The other nations want revenge? Of course. This is a normal practice when you want the war with another nation. All right, you killed the men and you abducted the women. That's Deuteronomy 20. Let me get to the point. 20 and 14. But the women, 13. And when Yahweh thy God hath delivered it unto thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. Now you look up the history in Italy, what our ancestors did to those Edomites that were in Italy, in Italia. That's exactly what they did. They smit the men with the edge of the sword, and they took the women. All right. But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thus shalt eat the spoil of thy enemies, which Yahweh thy God hath given thee. And that's exactly what the troops are going to do to the women. They're going to kill you. They're going to murder your husband. They're going to murder the thug guy, the big strong guy. They're going to put his ass to death. All right. They're going to mangle him. He's going to come out with his pants hanging off his ass. They're going to pepper his ass up. All right. Another guy can come up talking shit. Don't. That's a woman. And he going to get his jaw smacked in with the butt of the M16 rifle. All right. The guy that goes to the Planet Fitness 4 days a week. Yeah, he going to get that. All right. But the women and the little ones and the cattle, and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, thus are taken to thyself. All right. It's going to be a lot of tension released in a lower area into these women. All right. Because they are not covered. Because they believe they got it all figured out. They believe Jesus is their husband. Or you got a rude awakening. You got a rude awakening. I seen the vision. I had the vision. I had the women from the tribes begging me to learn the commandments. Yeah, it was Judah, Ephraim, and Gad begging. That makes up all Israel right there. Begging to learn the commandments. Those exact words. Teach me the commandments. All right. So you ain't gonna get it on your own. Let's see, 21. It says Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right. And when you leave this earth, you're gonna go into the spirit world. All right. Now you're gonna learn the truth, since you didn't want to get it here. All right. The spirit world is another building, not flesh, but you can describe it as pure energy. All right. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. All right. And I think I had fear here. We got men's failing for fear. Aposuke. Aposuko. And this is what your government's going to do. Your government's going to do real bad things to you. All right, and do real bad things to those tough men, those tough guys, the Tupac Shakurs types. All right, the big swole dude type. He got high. He apparently has high testosterone and full of fucking stupidity, and highly emotional and can't control himself. All right. He gonna meet the fate of New World Order troops to breathe out life, to expire. All right. To breathe out, for example, faint, hearts failing. All right. It's not going to be no more. Well, hold on. Let's see. This Elder Apostles video of the Gabar, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold. The table will turn against feminism. All right, because the women, they believe that everything is about them. They want to equal. All right, you're gonna meet hell real quick with that attitude. And because Elder was going into, we live in a metropolis. Cities were built for women, and they want to be equal. Well, if you want to be equal, you don't deserve a husband. You deserve everything you get. You deserve every evil that's going to come upon this land and land around the world. All right? And they're going to show you how equal you are. Those martial law troops going to show you what equal is. All right. You thug dudes, they're going to show you how tough you really are. All right, when you meet the butt of the M16 rifle. Elder Apostle Tahar, he did on his channel. He says you black women have no power at all. It's really all you women, but the black woman, she's the most proud, so she's the archetype for all the rest of the women, what they aspire to be. All right. Now, you have here 10 of the most important qualities women look for in a guy. It's published by some black women too. Wow, by Alexis Jones, August 17, 2018. So maybe there's an update. What they want? They want chemistry. I ain't reading this shit. They want vulnerability, stability, equality. I can hear him right now. What's wrong with that? Okay. What else we got? Awareness. They want you to be, emotional intelligence. They want you to be, of course, they have their own interpretation what that means. They get it wrong every time. They don't know what emotional intelligence really is. Just gotta look it up. All right. But when they make these definitions, they just mean what they want it to mean. Awareness, emotional presence. All they want you to be, show that you care. Show that you care. Curiosity about her. And I'm going to hold back from my comments. Most women are about as interesting as a pile of fucking shit. All right? And they believe if you ain't doing, if you don't have a party life, that's what's interesting. Wearing name brand clothing and going to parties. Apparently. And traveling too, I guess that's another one. Protectiveness. Oh, the thug guy. All right. Any woman that tells you she wants you to protect her, that's a wicked ass woman. All right. That's a wicked fucking woman. What the fuck does she need protection from? All right. That's a red flag. She wants protection. The fuck you run her? What the hell you run her from? Acceptance. I thought you was married to Jesus. Acceptance. Oh, so basically you a whore. Basically, you want you to accept your past. All right. Assertiveness. Confident and forceful behavior. I guess that's up in the air. Some women might not agree with that one. Alexis Jones. All right. So there you go. So all this shit that I just read. All right. Most of it anyway is going to be totally thrown out the window. All right. Whatever they think these 10 things mean, it's going to change into whatever the hell the man say. All right. Where we at? 4 and 1. And this proves it here. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our shame. That's what reproach means. To take away our shame. All right. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely of them that are escaped of Israel, which means saved. Let me look it up. All right. So these women are not going to be delivered, saved by an elect man of Israel. Guaranteed. All right. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And what's the day? The day of martial law. Out of the frying pan into the flame. All right. All how the elders and apostles describe it. All hell breaking loose. Food cut off. Cities cut off. Roads cut off. Then they provide a solution. The implant. All right. And that don't mean you're going to even get one. Because you could be in straits before that you even get the opportunity. All right. This lesson is for women that got their shit together and for women that don't got their shit together. All right. And that day shall branch. There we go. It's Isaiah 13:12. And I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. We're going to look up precious, because the men are precious, like the elders and apostles were saying. Yachar, like the script, they get it from the scriptures. Because Yahushua, his Holy Spirit, is dwelling with the men. And we are the ones, Yahushua Razah, that are going to inherit that power, that protection of the might of the angels, like Judah was protected. Maccabees. All right? Like our ancestors were protected coming out of Egypt. All right? That's the angels that's going to be around the men of Israel. And if you ain't with, man or woman, if you not with an elect brother, you are going to be taken by Esau's devices. All right. If you don't learn, if you don't get that protection, all right, it first starts with learning. Once you learn, that's the gateway to getting that protection. All right, you build up from there. Prize, value. Who's the prize? The man is the prize. Costly. All right, because the elect, Yahweh, we are few in number. It's only a few of us, relative to the whole nation of Israel. All right, be precious, highly valued. Oh yeah, definitely highly valued. I mean, that's going to be seeing an Israelite man in that day is like what it says, great rock in a weary land. That's a great rock. Chase says, and it should be as a chase. So let me look at. It's a shadow. Rock. Might be right in the same chapter. Oh, 32. Oh, and a man, Isaiah 32:2, and a man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. It's famines, the heat. All right. Fast for 2 days and see how you feel. That's how these women gonna feel. That's how a lot of these men gonna feel. All right. If you don't have a hedge about you, you finished. Because remember, the new system is not just about the implant, to be smart. It's about killing off billions of people. All right, how is that going to happen? Cutting off cities, cutting off resources, and allowing you to starve to death. That's one thing. Or giving you food that kills you. And we'll see how it happened. All right. And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, a cover from the storm. The Lord could cause a terrible storm, cause a chariot to come down that cause, a disturbance, a drop or raising in the barometric pressure, and cause a storm to happen and destroy homes, destroy cars, shelters. All right. And if you with one of those elect Israelites, had the power to calm that storm, or for us to be Yahushua to be in some sort of a vortex or a shield to be blocked from that storm while everybody else is affected. That's just possible things that can happen. A covert from the tempest, right? As rivers of water in a dry place. Right? Use your imagination. As the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right. So we went through all those things. I believe these are all my scriptures. All right. And I just want to play this audio clip. Now, I can't play the actual clip because they're probably not going to let me use the visual, but hopefully I can use the audio. All right. So movie Babylon AD. Saw it some years ago. It's a pretty decent movie, post-apocalyptic type movie. Vin Diesel was exiled from America, and he's in Russia, and he has to come back to America to get this damn Edomite back into America. All right, and it's called Babylon AD, and this is a scene when he first meets I believe Lucy Liu, and this chick, I believe she played in Minority Report. She's one of them pale-faced demons that was in the damn tanks, if I'm not mistaken, in Minority Report. And this is the first meeting, and this is her demands versus what's actually going to happen. All right.
Good morning. You must be Turo. I am Sister Rebecca. I just want to bring 3 simple rules to your attention before we start our journey.
We? I'm here to pick up one girl.
Wherever she goes, I go. That is rule number 1. Rule number 2, the less contact she has with the outside world, the better. You're here to protect her from outside influences. That includes seeing, hearing, and feeling.
Now, it's a harsh world out there, sister.
I know. That is why we live in here.
Oh, shit. Okay, what's your third rule?
No foul language. Do we have an agreement?
You listen to my one and only rule. Don't fuck with me, or I'll leave you standing in the middle of nowhere with nothing but your ass to sell to get back here. Your perfect world. Do we have an agreement?
Obviously, you are not a gentleman.
Obviously not.
All right, so I'll play it one more time before we go out. So I'll probably name the video 10 of the most important qualities women look for in a guy. I'll name it that, and I'll put this as a thumbnail. Hopefully I can use it. All right. Chemistry. Oh, I gotta kind of like them. I gotta, their continuity, their vulnerability. They want you to know that you can cry in front of her, I guess. Stability. You gotta have money, a car, house, benefits, just equality. Just skip past that one. Awareness. Be aware that she things you say, words mean things like that. Don't yell too loud. Emotional presence, curiosity, protectiveness, acceptance, and assertiveness. All right. So all that shit, all right, is going to be in that day. Whatever the man say, that's what's going to go down. Not whatever she say. But you can have your fun now. I know it's fun. Don't worry. Every single one of you, the Lord marked, and you won't get help. You won't get protection. You won't get food. All right. You'll have the swole guy, the thug guy. I guess the accountant, the investment banker, protecting you. The lawyer, the athlete, and the trainer. He'll be protecting you until you meet the butt of the M16 rifle. All right. I'll read this last scripture again. That says, the return of Yahushua, Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Let's look up for looking after those things. We got prostokia, expectation, whether good or evil. You don't know. You don't want to know your next meal coming. You don't know if death coming around the corner. You don't know if they're gonna come and rob you. Don't worry, you can get the protection. He has to be taller than you. I'm 5'10", but she's 5'8", so she's 6 feet with heels. So 5'10" ain't good enough, because she's 6 foot with heels. She's 5'8". But you gotta be over 6 feet to date her, apparently. No, to whom it may apply. Where we at? Right there. All right. Hearts failing them for fear. Aposuko. Breathe out. To breathe out life. People gonna have heart attacks to expire. All right. That means to breathe out and to die, to faint or swoon away, faint from extreme emotion. All right. So that's going to be the fate of these men. All right. They don't want to go out there and teach. Just want to live a life of pleasure. Well, the scripture says that she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All right. So I hope you take heed to this warning. It's not going to be pretty. You can't get it on your own. You're going to have a man of the Lord that's going to have to guide you in the scriptures. Amen. So you can't figure it out on your own. All right? And for you women, you're going to have a man of the Lord to guide you in damn near everything. Because you're the weaker vessel. All right, so hope you edified. It's going to go out with the clip. Shalom.
Good morning. You must be Turok. I am Sister Rebecca. I just want to bring 3 simple rules to your attention before we start our journey.
We? I'm here to pick up one girl.
Wherever she goes, I go. That is rule number 1. Rule number 2, the less contact she has with the outside world, the better. You're here to protect her from outside influences. That includes seeing, hearing, and feeling.
Now, it's a harsh world out there, sister.
I know. That is why we live in here.
Oh, shit. Okay, what's your 3rd rule?
No foul language. Do we have an agreement?
You listen to my one and only rule. Don't fuck with me, or I'll leave you standing in the middle of nowhere with nothing but your ass to sell to get back here. Your perfect world. Do we have an agreement?
Obviously, you are not a gentleman.
Obviously not.